How did you simultaneously win and lose the genetic lottery? My colleague told me a story about growing up in Burundi and his mother having sickle cell anemia. I tried to be sympathetic, but he said it was not viewed as completely terrible as it made her immune to the malaria epidemic that was going on at the time. I don't have a gag reflex. Very useful and very deadly. I can choke and not know until it's too late. I'm the only person in my family with perfect eyesight, but I'm also the only person who doesn't have a sense of smell. 28-inch inseam. Good, even the worst economy class flight is no big deal. Bad, finding pants that fit and ladies that wanted to get into them. 30 inches inseam. I'm 6 feet 3 inches. I've got a stupidly long torso. Pants aren't so bad to find, but shirts, man. I need a 2XL just so it isn't a belly shirt. I look younger than I am. Still get ID'd despite being in my 30s. And don't need to shave as often as most other men. Basically I'm a baby-faced assassin. But I've ankylosing spondylitis, Crohn's disease, osteoporosis, recurring uveitis, I'm losing my hair, and I'm all of 5 feet tall because my back is collapsing. I was never tall to begin with. 5 feet 5 inches peak height. Baby-faced assassin is a great screen name. I am tall and creative, and I have a connective tissue disorder which has been causing me problems for my entire life. Apparently this means I get to look forward to constant pain once I'm older. Yeah, and sorry dad, I'm never passing this on to another generation. I practically never vomit. I think maybe once in the past 20 years, and even then it was barely a vomit at all. No matter how rough I feel, I can always prevent myself from throwing up. The flip side is that I also never burp, which means all that gas has to go somewhere. The result? I have some fearsome toots. Vomit free since 1993. Doing great in my electrical engineering program. Father died from his second heart attack at 36. Most of the men on that side of the family are dead by their mid-40s despite being active and artery conscious. Fortunately I have a great cardiologist and many advances have been made, so fingers crossed. Guys, don't think because you are fit you are automatically safe. I met a guy in basic that had the SME family history and he was early 30s when I met him. Whenever we got yelled at or something stressful happened I'd always glance over at the veins straining in his forehead and his bulging eyes. It gives me anxiety just thinking of it. I was genetically blessed with a torso of a 6 feet 2 inches man. I lost out with the legs of a 4 feet 11 inches man. It's baby legs. It looks like puberty doesn't even know my name, so I still have very little acne, a tiny boy, and a really high voice for a guy. Although, people always tell me I have really beautiful eyes, kind of greenish gray. Been there. Puberty hit me around 20, and was so slow I barely noticed it happening. The positives are that you will grow up looking way younger than your age. I'm 30 plus now without any grey hairs or wrinkles. I even get asked for it occasionally when buying beer. It's 18 for that here. I had cancer. Also I'm 6 feet 3 225 pounds and played college football on scholarship. Suru not sure if I have a net gain or loss. Well it sounds like you beat cancer so net gains all around. Tall, not bad looking, fairly muscular but have a very high propensity to develop back problems. My lower back is a mess and I'm only in my mid-20s. Get used to squatting. No matter what you have to pick up, however small, light or large, heavy, squat down and use your legs to power yourself up. Actually, everyone should do this whether taller or shorter. I am considered to have gorgeous eyes. They are my best feature. However, I have absolutely terrible vision, near far-sighted with astigmatism. I cannot recognize my own mother from 5 feet away. My husband has gorgeous forest green eyes, astigmatism, and cannot see more than 2-3 feet in front of him without glasses. But it works out for me because he thinks I am beautiful. Little does he know. I had a crazy GF once who I once busted scooping out the contents of a just used condom into her cooch. Joke's on her. I was born with a genetic anomaly that caused me to be sterile. It is an extremely rare genetic occurrence called a AZFBY chromosomal microdeletion. Everyone in the US who has this condition could fit in the room I am typing this. Probably one of many dodge bullets. My hearing is so good my brain can't keep up with it. I regularly shock people by overhearing what they're saying from extreme distances, but as a result of picking up every piece of ambient noise I often find it difficult to understand what the person in front of me is saying. Lose. Working on how I feel about myself. Everything about me is tiny. Puberty grazed me, then left the building. Often get mistaken for a child. Win. I rarely get ill, and when I do, it's never horrible. My immune system seems rather decent. Autism. Win. Easily interested in topics that I enjoy. I memorize tons of facts easily. Lots of interests. Can spend hours focused on one thing. Usually can learn stuff very quickly if I am interested in it. Lose. Bad in social situations. Can't recognize sarcasm sometimes. Bad handwriting. Can't preform well if I write. I get to use my computer to type exams. Very emotional. Really bad at mental maths. Impossible to stay focused on boring things. Hard time getting rid of things. Hard time finding people that are interested in the same things I am. The stereotypes associated with autism. As an autist. Pros. Somehow ended up as a polymath who can teach myself basically anything, with high natural ability in almost any academic subject. Cons. No fricking clue how people work. Completely fricked when it comes to not dying alone. I don't have any birth defects since I was born from a WM addict. I did get a really fricked up sense of what love is until I was 18 or so. LOL. Sorry that everyone is just quoting song lyrics, but they're funny. I'm in the same boat as you except mom was opioids booze. It sucks. But yeah, I can't believe I even look like a normal human being. Lose. Scoliosis. Fixed it now. Deaf in my right ear. Skull was too small causing spinal fluid to leak. Fixed it now but missing some skull. Blue rubber bleb never syndrome. Calcified lumps in my veins. Mostly on joints. Forever in pain in some way, shape or form. Win. Freaking magical immune system and healing abilities. For example, rarely ever ill and Ray, the scoliosis surgery. I was supposed to be in hospital for 3 weeks to recover, but was discharged after 5 days because I just got up and walked around feeling fine. Huzzah. 6 feet 5 240, athletically gifted, but also gifted with ulcerative colitis. Every time I'd apply myself heavily in sports I'd end up bleeding from my insides and have to take time off to recover. I am slim and a good looking guy and always have been. I suffer hay fever in the summer. When all the girls are looking their best I am sneezing, dribbling snot and my eyes are all red and puffed up. I'm picturing your summer mating dance and it's terrifying. I'm very flexible and used to surprise people by contorting myself into odd spaces, lockers, suitcases, cabinets, etc. My problem is that all that flexibility isn't enough for my mouth to reach my 3.5-inch dong. If only I had an average 5.5 I could totally blow myself. Welp, can't unread this. Great teeth. 47 and never had a filling, but my bottom teeth are tilted forward more than normal. So I bite my lip more than I'd like. I'd like it to be 0 times. Got my mom's height instead of my dad's short stature but also got stuck with her complexion so I sunburn in about 5 minutes and go completely red faced while slightly exerting myself instead of having less pale skin like my dad. From my dad's side, I got the insanely long legs. From my mother's side, I got the wide hips and the fat distribution that tends to hang round hips and thighs. From my dad's side, I did not get the international level athlete's gene, but I did get the rubbish ankles, which limits the amount of exercise I can do. So while long legs are generally seen as desirable on women, I don't quite follow through. As a result, I buy shirts in size 8 and skirts in size 14, and there is only one cut of dress that ever looks remotely good on me. What up size medium bikini top and size XL bikini bottom. I am a long red-headed, auburn wavy, tall, 6 feet 3, green-eyed man. I did some modeling and I've always been on the attractive side. I also have multiple sclerosis and very bad kidney function, like borderline failing bad and I am 22. Win some lose some feeling in my foot I guess. Mayo I am so sorry but, win some. Lose some feeling in my foot I guess is the best line I've read in this thread so far. Well, My boyfriend and I have discussed this question a while back. If we were to ever have kids, win. We both have thick, luscious hair with no balding on either side, so our kid would have awesome hair. Lose. Due to us both having terrible vision, our kid would probably be blind as crap. Due to us both having terrible vision, our kid would probably be blind as crap. Dunno. My mom is legally blind farsighted and my dad is legally blind nearsighted. Both are perfectly fine with glasses though. I have 20/13 in both eyes, and of their 9 kids only one has glasses, and it's only a very mild prescription. I am 6 feet 10, closing up on 6 feet 11, and over 400 pounds. Pros. People look at you funny, which I have always found amusing. Cons. Literally everything else that comes with being 6 feet 10 and over 400 pounds. Went on a date with a guy who was 6 feet 10. I'm 4 feet 11. It didn't work out. Above average strength, overly squishy spinal discs. I was the go-to guy for lifting heavy stuff but my spine suffered. Lucky for me I live in this age of high-tech medicine so I'm going into my senior years with titanium reinforcements. Win. Awesome long, naturally, curly hair, total baby face. I'm 39 yet people seem to think I am a HS student. Great boobs. Lose. Rheumatic arthritis. Fibromyalgia. Flat butt. I'm tall and thin, but I have celiac disease. She's thin and she's not eating what everyone else is equals she must have an eating disorder. As a thin woman who says no to the office birthday cake, the pizza everyone ordered, the beer at your party, the cookies you baked for me, etc. I'm always accused of being anorexic. I actually eat over 4,000 calories a day. I just have to be really careful what they are. Gluten-free food is not a Hollywood lifestyle fad for me. It's life without severe GI distress. But people don't believe that. Women are the meanest about it. Both parents had different issues with teeth. I somehow didn't inherit either of them. Sadly, I'm 23, already found numerous grey hairs, and have an inability to grow a beard so far, though I was told we're late bloomers in that area. Imo. Dudes that go grey early are hella attractive. I'm 38, tall, 6 feet 2, in shape, athletic, full head of hair, good looking enough to land a super amazing and gorgeous girlfriend, talented enough to do the job I always dreamed of doing, cinematographer, and be respected by my peers. And the ladies say I have pretty eyes, but I have cluster headaches aka suicide headaches, the most painful condition known to science, psoriasis, arthritis, and I'll probably get dementia as it runs in my family. I'm not going to let that happen. I'll go out on my own terms before it gets bad. Shrooms for the headaches. I have a friend with them and low doses of shrooms have changed his life. I'm not even 20 years old and my hair is going white, but it's thick and not falling. I can eat all I want and burn that, but it's hard to gain weight. My voice and looks are attractive, in everyone's eyes except me. I sweat profusely. All the women in my family do. It's crap now soaking through my clothes after light strenuous activity. But if my mother and her mother are anything to go by, I'm gonna look 50 when I'm nearing my 80s. I'll suffer the sweat for the extended youth. I'm sure many people can relate to this. I'm what has been referred to by some teachers as an underachiever. They always said he's so smart. If only he would put in a little more effort. I'm not saying this to humble brag in any sense, but I think I would consider myself a fairly intelligent person. But my problem is that I have almost zero self-discipline and difficulty in paying attention. So instead of achieving greatness, I've just been kind of bouncing around in mediocrity all my life, never working hard enough to succeed. I really admire those people who can work hard for their goals. Those who can put in the hours of studying, or get the work done first thing of the day, or whatever. Even now, I'm writing this post instead of working on other tasks I should be doing. Either my parents are telling me something or I really won the gene lottery since I'm the only one in my extended family that doesn't need glasses. Then, people often assume I'm much younger than I really am since instead of any mentionable amount of hair I can only grow acne on my face. Glasses would definitely help make me look older. Win. Naturally straight teeth. No need for braces. I'm also natural blonde. Lose. Hair. Everywhere. which is why I consider being a natural blonde a win since no one can see the hair, so I can go without shaving, waxing a bit longer. Also the depression and anxiety don't help either. Blonde, blue eyes, conventionally attractive PAWG, excellent stamina, quite flexible and have good endurance. On the other hand, I have Ms and have no use for these. I have 5 different chronic illnesses. Not only are none visible, but I'm actually attractive. I have an hourglass figure, albeit interrupted by the nudge of scoliosis. My breasts are great, but the weight adds to the back pain. I have a nice face but a permanent scowl since it's pretty hard to be happy about all this. It's all very annoying because people don't believe me or let me sit on trains unless I'm using my cane. But goddammit, I'm pretty. It's very hard for me to pick up weight so I can eat whatever the heck I want and still have a low BMI. Conversely, it's both very hard for me pick up muscle weight and takes ages for me to lose whatever weight I do end up gaining. So I only ever tone when in shape while I can never seem to lose that small layer of fat around my abs either. I essentially always look skinny, in other words. Careful with that. It might change as you get older suddenly, but your habits are harder to break. And if you're a man, it's the inner fat padding around the organs you need to worry about. Half Thai, half English, and my immune system can shrug off anything including flu in 2-3 days. Suffer acute hay fever, grass, and asthma. Win. Smart enough. Lose. First couple decades was one of the worst cases of ADHD my doctors had ever seen. My college chances are fricked because of that. Win. Seemingly amazing immune system. Lose. Some new form of Crohn's or similar disease that gives me some very specific colon problems. And I never get to a real sick day from school or work. Win. Amazing eyesight. Hearing. Lose. I can't taste or smell things at all most of the time. I eat almost entirely by texture. I can still kinda taste things like strong chocolates or salty things like bacon. Win. The bulky strength. Con. Hairy. Short. And my knees are all fricked up. I've been told by a number of people I have a strikingly handsome face. Also, I basically never get sick. Unfortunately, I started going bald 10 years ago at age 17. I'm 5 feet 4 inches. I have man boobs, and I have a body type that loves to hold on to weight. Oh, and basically every adult in my extended family has been diagnosed with cancer at some point. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.